Hey, how's it going? I'm Joel from Davis House of Style. Nice to meet you guys or whatever, online stuff. Anyways, this is a 47 Ford that I've been working on. We did it in a chop class. I do chop classes all over the country, Pennsylvania, Texas. I'm doing one in Arkansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Kansas, in about a week. And then I got one in Nebraska in a couple weeks. Anyways, I've chopped probably, it's been 7 cars this year, and I think about 17, 18 total, something like that. Let's just call it 20. It's close enough. So I've been chopping cars all across the country, obviously inspired by Gene Winfield. He's a master. In fact, I'm kind of doing a tribute thing to him. I'm working on a 57 Ford F100, and it's going to be painted a lot like his Pacifica, except I'm going to call it the Atlantica. Woo! Anyways, it's going to be painted the same sort of way as his. You've got a silver metal flake, and then you've got the pearl, the blue candies over that, and everything. So I've got all the stuff for it. And I've been working on the cab, finding all the right parts and pieces. I got a Y block that's going to be super awesome. I've got all the different things I need to do is just get some time to put into that truck to be able to get it done. But anyways, working on this. This is going to be the next thing that rolls out of my shop. And as I said, we worked on that during a chop class. There you are again. Worked on that during a chop class, and it's been a customer project ever since. It's got a flathead V8 in it. It's going to get lowered with skirts and all the goodies here eventually. So, working on that sort of stuff. There's a lot going on here at Davis House of Style, and I'm a one-man band. So I do what I can. I try and keep everything flowing and keep everything going. But anyway, one of my nicknames is Mr. Melty. Did I mention that part yet? Wink, Mr. Melty. That's my nickname that I. Is it all right if I self-imposed it? I'm gonna market it. But anyways, so this is a thing I like to do. I like to chop cars. I like to work on old Fords. I got that 57 F100. My first car was a 1940 Ford two-door sedan, and I don't have a picture of it right with me or anything. But if you go onto the Google machine and just type in Pinstriper 40, you'll have a picture of my 40 Ford probably, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I've done. There's a blue 35 Ford three-window that I chopped for my buddy Bill Bergeron. Painted that in his garage while I lived in his basement, and it's been a long 15 years of working on this stuff, and I think that being able to have the opportunity to work with Kindigit Designs and you guys, Kevin, Dave, it'd be wonderful. I've had a lot of fun with car people. Car people are the best people in the world. You can go to Kansas, you can go to Texas, you can go to Washington, you can go to Philadelphia. Doesn't matter. Car people are going to talk to you and they're going to enjoy you if you know what you're talking about with cars. That's the thing, is everybody enjoys cars in some aspect, whether it's the sport tuner, I don't even know what they're called, tuner, tuners or hot rods, street rods. But I prefer the hot rods and street rods and the early customs. That's kind of my deal. I know how to make those things look cool. I've just got an eye for it. Either you can dig it or you don't. You got an eye for it or you don't. So I got an eye for it, and it kind of shows with this chop. This is a really melty chop if you look at it. Let me get out of the way. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Huh? I mean, come on. Come on. You know, it's you don't see too many 48 Fords that started as a long door coupe. You can go back and rewind it if you want. That end up looking like that. And the only other one that I've seen that was done that well, I'm just, supposed to pat myself on the back. It's one of those videos. I'm not really used to doing that. But the only other one that I've seen done that well was done by Sam Foose. And, obviously if it's been done once, it can be done again. To reimagine things and to come up with new ideas is definitely difficult. That's something that I often think about, and every once in a while, I get a new idea, and it works. For example, I came out with a gauge panel. That was one of the first things that I did when I went into business as Davis House of Style, right? Here you can see a top secret one. Don't tell anybody else about that. That's for some boats and stuff that I did. This is a Dennis McPhail thing. I guess McPhail sucks. Anyways, this is a Davis House of Style aviator gauge panel, and my dad's got me into RC flying, and that's some of my tools. We got bead roller. There's a Bailey 36-inch throat bead roller and a Bailey EW40 English wheel. That's like the most fantastic English wheel that you can get. I mean, $1,600 to get all those options. You're welcome. Anyways, so this Davis House of Style gauge panel, the aviator gauge panel was something I just got tired of seeing the same old gauge panels on every 32 Ford. So I was like, what do? You come up with a pattern, send it to the foundry, have it cast, and sell 100 of them across the world. That's what you do. So that's what I've done, and I'm pretty darn proud of that. That's a pretty cool thing, I guess. I buy a lot of flathead Ford V8 stuff. I have a lot of fun with this old Fords and custom cars and all of that stuff. It's my whole life. You ask anybody that knows me, what's the deal with Joel? Well, he's stuck in the 50s, number one. You can see that here. And then number two is he just loves his old Fords and stuff. There's pictures of him hugging his panel truck out there. Come on. Don't worry about it. Anyway.